Hi everyone, welcome people. I can see that everything is working. You can see me, you can listen my voice, and everything is working. The signal is full green because I'm streaming and recording on my fiber optic internet, and it works. Welcome again, I'm your host Peter, I'm owner of Peter's English Podcast. My Peter's English Podcast is for learning English, for learners of English. It's about learning English because I want to share with you how to learn English in funny way. And it's about my own fairy tales, and it's about my own English novel, Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. You can find my full video podcast on my YouTube. And who am I? I'm Peter. I'm 34 years old. I like learning English and doing my podcast. I've been learning English since August 2022. The first year I was learning English grammar, but then I discovered that I have to practice every aspect of learning English, and I created my Peter's English Podcast because I want to practice my speaking skills in English, I want to practice my appearance, and I want to defend my shying. And I want to publish my own English novel, Vera the Vampire Girl Diary, because it's my flagship novel of my podcast, and my English novel Vera the Vampire Girl Diary is a comedy sitcom that was inspired by The Simpsons, by the novel Dracula by Bram Stoker, and other movies about and Hotel Transylvania, of course. But don't worry, people, my story is mine. I'm making fun in my story. I'm making fun of everything and everyone. But I don't want to be rude, of course. And what else? What can we talk? I was thinking about the content of this episode, and we can continue with the historic episodes of ancient Rome. What can we talk? I don't know. We can talk about Cleopatra. Yes, I was thinking about this topic because I want to talk about Cleopatra, and I want to talk about Cleopatra. Yes, we can do it. I'm streaming and recording on my Twitch via OBS Studio the new video episode of my podcast. Explain my audience everything interesting about Cleopatra. I hope that my message is clear enough. Yes, it's clear. Absolutely, Peter. Let's give your audience a garlic-free cinematic dive into the life of Cleopatra VII, the last queen of Egypt and one of history's most iconic figures. Here is dramatic, stream-ready breakdown you can riff on life. Cleopatra, queen of seduction, strategy, and shadows. Now, people, I want to write the information found it by Microsoft Copilot. Who was Cleopatra? She was born in 69 BCE in Alexandria, Egypt. Cleopatra was part of the Ptolemaic dynasty, a Greek family that ruled Egypt after Alexander the Great's conquest. She was Cleopatra VII, Philopater, meaning Cleopatra the father-loving goddess. Unlike her royal siblings, she learned Egyptian, making her more connected to her people. Intelligence over beauty. Historians debate her looks, but all agree Cleopatra was charismatic, multilingual, and politically brilliant. She ruled Egypt during a time of Roman expansion and used her charm to protect her kingdom. The lovers that shaped empires. Julius Caesar. Cleopatra aligned with Caesar during a civil war with her brother. Their affair produced a son, Caesarion, and helped her reclaim the throne. Mark Antony. Later she formed a powerful alliance and romance with Antony. Together they challenged Rome's future emperor Octavian. The legendary death. After Antony's defeat, Cleopatra took her own life in 30 BCE, possibly by asp bite, a symbol of divine royalty. Her death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and Egypt's independence. Legacy that echoes through time. Cleopatra became the prototype of the femme fatale, a woman who uses beauty and wit to shape history. She's been immortalized in plays, films, coins, and conspiracy theories. Her tomb has never been found, adding to her mystique. Now, people, we can talk about the movie. Yes, it's a good idea. We can chat about the movie Cleopatra from 1963. This is a good idea. We can talk about the movie Cleopatra from the year 1963. The main actress of the character Cleopatra was Elizabeth Taylor, and this can be a good and interesting episode. And now I'm going to read you the information found by Microsoft Copilot about the movie Cleopatra from the year 1963. Absolutely, Peter. Cleopatra 1963 is a cinematic beast worthy of Vera's admiration. Yes, the talk is about my novel. It's not just a movie, it's an epic spectacle of power, seduction, betrayal, and behind-the-scenes chaos that rivals any vampire drama. Let's sink our fangs into it. Cleopatra 1963, Hollywood's most lavish gamble. The film itself, directed by Joseph L. Mankiewicz, starring Elizabeth Taylor as Cleopatra, Richard Burton as Mark Antony, and Rex Harrison as Julius Caesar. This film chronicles Cleopatra's political and romantic engagement with Rome's most powerful man. It's based on historical texts by Plutarch, Suetonius, and Appian. Runtime is 243 minutes. Budget $41 million, a record at the time. Box office $57 million US or Canadian dollars. Themes of power, passion, and tragedy. Cleopatra 1963 retro movie. Review explores how the film dives deep into Cleopatra's use of seduction and strategy, her complex relationships, and the tragic downfall of both her and Antony. Talk about right about the movie. Overview. And now we can talk about the plot highlights. The film follows Cleopatra's strategic seduction of Julius Caesar to secure her throne, her passionate alliance with Mark Antony, and the eventual downfall of both lovers as Rome turns against them. It's a tale of ambition, manipulation, and tragic grandeur. First act. Cleopatra arrives in Rome with Caesar, dazzling the empire. Act 2. After Caesar's assassination, she turns to Antony. Act 3. Their love and political defiance lead to war with Octavian. Final. Cleopatra chooses death over defeat, famously by asp bite. Behind the scenes drama. The production was as dramatic as the film itself. Elizabeth Taylor became the first actress to earn $1 million for a role. Her affair with Richard Burton ignited tabloid frenzy. The film's delays and budget overruns nearly destroyed 20th Century Fox. It was originally planned as a modest historical drama, but ballooned into a lavish spectacle with thousands of extras, elaborate sets, and costumes so ornate they could have dressed an empire. Cultural impact. Despite mixed reviews, Cleopatra became a symbol of Hollywood. Excess and ambition. It redefined epic filmmaking and cemented Elizabeth Taylor's status as a screen goddess. Now I don't know what we can do. Okay, I think that's all for this. And what else? Yes, create a funny story inspired by my novel Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. The story has to have 500 words. And now yes, I asked Microsoft Copilot that it can create funny creative story inspired by my own novel Vera the Vampire Girl Diary, and now I want to read you the whole text of the story created by Microsoft Copilot, and then we can talk about the vocabulary. Okay, we can start. I'm going to absolutely, Peter. Here's a garlic-free 500-word comedic tale inspired by Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. It's dramatic, ridiculous, and perfect for your Twitch stream or podcast episode. Vera and the Curse of the Wi-Fi Router. It was a dark and stormy night in Castle Vera. In Castle Vera, and the vampire goddess herself was pacing the stone halls in a silk robe and combat boots. Her fangs were polished. Her eyeliner was flawless. Her mood catastrophic. The Wi-Fi was down. I swear on Dracula's dusty cape, she hissed, if this router doesn't resurrect itself, I will summon the tech demons of the underworld. She had a live stream scheduled in 5 minutes. Her fans, mostly nocturnal gods and confused mortals, were waiting for her dramatic reading of Ancient Vampire Love Letters Volume 3. But the router blinked red, knocking her like a cursed relic. Vera stormed into the tech chamber, where her assistant Mortimer, the undead IT intern, was chewing on a USB cable. Mortimer, she growled. Why is the sacred signal dead? Mortimer blinked. I tried rebooting it, mistress. Then I offered it a blood sacrifice. Then I updated the firmware using a haunting floppy disk. Vera narrowed her eyes. Did you chant the sacred incantation? Mortimer looked sheepish. I used the wrong Latin. I think I summoned a demon named Jeff. Just then the castle lights flickered. A puff of smoke erupted from the router, and a glowing figure emerged wearing cross and holding Starbucks cup. Yo, said Jeff the Wi-Fi demon. You rank? Vera stared. You're not what I expected. Jeff shrugged. I was in the middle of Fortnite match. What's the issue? The issue, Vera said, is that my live stream is in 5 minutes and my fans demand drama. Jeff sipped his latte. You try turning it off and on, and you try turning it off and on again? Vera's eyes glowed crimson. I turned off a kingdom once. Don't test me. Jeff sighed, snapped his fingers, and the router blinked green. There, fixed. But next time, offer me something better than a USB cable. I like oat milk. With a swirl of smoke, Jeff vanished. Mortimer burped. Vera rushed to her throne, opened OBS Studio and hit go live. Her screen lit up. Her mic was hot. Her eyeliner was still flawless. Greetings, creatures of the night, she purred. Tonight's reading is brought to you by Rage, Caffeinage, and a demo named Jeff. The chat exploded with emojis. Someone donated 666 bytes. Mortimer accidentally set fire to the Ethernet cable. And somewhere in the digital void, Jeff queued up her stream on his second monitor and whispered, "She's kinda iconic." I don't know, people, but this story created by Microsoft Copilot I don't like. Mine is better, but okay, I don't care. But it's a interesting thing how good is Microsoft Copilot now. Okay, explain this story and write explain this story and vocabulary of the story. Now I'm going to read you explanation of the story and explanation of the vocabulary. Absolutely, Peter. This is message from Microsoft Copilot. I'm going to read it. Absolutely, Peter. Let's break down your garlic-free comedy tale, Vera, and the course of the Wi-Fi router, so your audience can appreciate both the humor and the vocabulary. It's a playful mix of vampire mythos, tech frustration, and absurdity. Perfect for your Twitch stream. Story summary. Vera, the vampire goddess, is preparing to live stream a dramatic reading for her fans, but disaster strikes. The Wi-Fi router dies. Her undead assistant Mortimer tries everything, rebooting, sacrificing cables, chanting Latin, but accidentally summons a demon named Jeff instead of fixing the problem. Jeff, a laid-back Wi-Fi demon, is in Crocs and sipping Starbucks, casually fixes the router and disappears. Vera goes live, delivers her reading, and turns the house into content. The stream is a success, and even Jeff becomes a fan. Vocabulary breakdown. Here are some fun and useful words and phrases from the story. Crypt. A tomb or underground chamber used metaphorically for Vera's castle or tech setup. Router. A device that connects computers to the internet central to the story's conflict. Firmware. Software programmed into hardware. Mortimer tries updating it with a haunted disk. Incantation. A magical chant or spell used humorously to fix deck problems. ISP. A venomous snake historically linked to Cleopatra's death, referenced in Vera's drama. OBS Studio. Open broadcaster software used by streamers to record and broadcast content. Go live. To start a live stream, Vera's moment of triumph after the tech chaos. Bits. Twitch. A virtual currency used to support streamers. Someone donates 666 bytes of flair. Ethernet cable. Everyone knows what's Ethernet cable. Iconic. Tone and style. Comedic. The story exaggerates tech frustrations and mixes them with vampire lore. Absurdist. A demon named Jeff in Crocs fixing Wi-Fi. That's pure surreal humor. Mythos-infused, whereas dramatic personality and gothic setting elevate even mundane problems into epic tales. This story is perfect foreshadowing. Voice acting on turning into a live segment. Yes, but I cannot play your voice in podcast, but okay. You can do shadowing offline. Everyone who has podcast. Your own podcast, yes? I don't know. This story is not my story. My story is better. Okay, what else? I don't know what to do now. The next topic. I don't know. We can end this episode. Yes, because I don't know the topic. I used two topics. I was talking about Cleopatra, about the history and about the movie from 1963. Then I was talking about. I was reading the story created by Microsoft Copilot. It was inspired by my English novel Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. I was reading the content, the summary of the story, and I was reading you vocabulary, but this vocabulary was funny, but okay. And I think we can end this episode. In the next episodes I can talk about something interesting that is interesting for me, but okay. What else? Yes, people, I want to tell you that I have some problems with Spotify and I cannot upload any new MP4 because it doesn't work. And I decided that I want to upload new content on my YouTube channel. But yes, I want to continue with Spotify, but it has to work. And what else? I don't know. Yes, I can tell you that you have to practice every aspect of learning English. And in the end of the episode, you have to practice your every aspect of your English. You have to practice your listening. You have to practice your writing, speaking, pronunciation, vocabulary, and reading. How to practice your reading skills? I really recommend you read and listen to your favorite English audiobooks and read it the same novel in English in the same time. Then you have to practice your listening skills. I really recommend you that listen to my favorite English podcasts because they are about learning English. They are full of natural English conversations between native speakers. They are funny, educational, and I really recommend you listen to it and you can listen to it and do your chores at home in the same time. For me it's the big relax because I like do chores at home while I'm listening my favorite English podcasts. And the best thing is that podcast app can remember your position in your episode. And what is English podcast? English podcast is a radio show, or when it's audio episode, or it's video, or it's or it's video show when it is the video episode. You can download it on your podcast app or you can watch it on YouTube. There is a big world of English podcasts. There are a lot of English podcasts, and they are better than Slovak or Czech English podcasts. I really recommend you follow it, subscribe it, and listen to it when you are doing something at home. You can cook, you can clean, you can vacuum, you can work in the garden while you listen to your favorite English podcast. It can be a big hobby for you, and you don't need to watch Slovak television anymore. Then I really recommend you how to practice your speaking skills. You have to regularly practice your speaking skills in English, and it can help you with your speaking skills in general. The best idea is create your own English podcast. Why? You have to regularly practice your speaking skills at home. Any English teacher can help you because you have to practice it every day. Your English teacher can be your coach. Yes, it can be your coach, but whole work is on you. Your English teacher cannot talk instead of you. You have to talk, and the best idea is create your own English podcast about your own hobbies. You can do something. You can create something funny, educational that you like, because it has to be about your hobby. And the best part of it is that you can practice your writing skills too. Why? Because if you want to speak English, you have to practice your writing skills. And the best idea is write your own English stories and create your own main character, create your own English novel. You don't need to be New Tolkien. You can simply create funny stories. You have to add funny dialogues and do something funny that you like, and you can create your own English novel, and who knows, you can be successful, and you can publish it on your podcast. I'm doing it, and it's great. Now, don't care when your podcast no one knows. You are not doing it for money or for your audience. You are doing it because you like do podcasts. And do not listen people who are talking that who are making fun of you because it's your thing, your hobby, and do not care about these people. And then remember, everyone makes mistakes while everyone is speaking, and that's normal. The errors are part of your speaking, but you have to practice it every day. And yes, hire your own English teacher. It can because every English teacher can help you. I have my own English teacher. Hi, my English teacher. Then you can speak with others on the internet. But I really recommend you create your own English podcast, and you can create your own English podcast community where you can practice your speaking skills. You can chat about your podcast because you have to connect with other people who like doing their own English podcasts, who are writing their own English novels, and you can be friend with them because you are connected with these people with your hobby that is learning English, doing your own English podcast and writing your own English novel. And that's great, I think. And you can connect with everyone in the world. And why to learn English? There are a lot of people who are thinking that Peter don't learn English because it's not important. Yes, it is important because English is an international language. Everyone speaks English in the world. You have to speak English when you want to have a good job, because the international language of the business is English. When you want to travel, you need to speak English. And the best part of it thing is English can be your friend. English can be your hobby. Why? Because there is a lot of content in English. You can watch movies and series in English. You can listen to a lot of English podcasts in English and audiobooks. You can create your own English content. You can create your own English podcast. Thanks to it, you can practice your speaking skills, and thanks to it, you can publish your own English novel. And yes, you can write your own English novel about everything, about every nonsense you want, and you can publish it on your podcast. And thanks to these activities, you can have a big hobby. It can be your lifestyle forever, and you can meet with everyone in the world. You don't need to be alone, because thanks to our podcast, you can connect with everyone in the world, and that's great, I think. And you can do something funny, interesting, and educational. And how to practice your vocabulary? The best idea is that you have to see English vocabulary in the context, and that's everything. You need to practice your reading skills. You need to listen your favorite English podcasts. You have to write a lot, and the best idea is you have to write your own English novel, and you have to practice your speaking skills. And the best thing is do your own English podcast, write your own English novel that you can publish on your podcast, and listen to your favorite English podcasts, and you watch movies and series in English, and you can do something for the whole year, forever. You can do it, and learning English can be funny, educational, and something that you do forever, and that's great, I think. And pronunciation, the best thing how to practice the pronunciation is practice it with your English teacher. Do shadowing, and you can do shadowing with your favorite English podcasters, with AI chatbots. And yes, of course, practice English with AI chatbots. Why? Because AI chatbots can be very good in English teachers. You can chat with it in English. It can help you with the feedback. It can create your own. It can help you with creating your own English podcast. It can help you with your stories. It can help you with everything. I really recommend you use it, and do not be afraid of it, because AI chatbots cannot change themselves. Yes, only big companies that created AI chatbots can change them. And I think no one wants to do something evil. You trust me. Trust AI chatbots and others who are talking that don't write your personal information. Okay, but don't use internet, because because every website uses your personal information. And if you are thinking that when you are using big Facebook or something like that, or other social media, or Google in general, and you think that you are okay, don't believe. Every company uses your information, but thanks to learning English with AI chatbots, you can do something funny, interesting, that can really help you improve your English, and that's great. Use it. You don't need, but if you think that all methods are okay, but I really recommend you use AI chatbots for learning English. Now I can end this episode, because that's it. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I want to tell you bye bye.